Talk the Buffalo Bills off to a 2-0 start. Pat Duffy, how encouraged are you by what you've seen so far?
Very encouraged. Look, there was a very smart, bearded, handsome man who said before the season that 50-1 odds for Josh Allen to win MVP were great odds to take. And another suited, not as handsome, but quite handsome man laughed in my face. Josh Allen leads the NFL in passing yards right now. He's got 6 touchdowns. He hasn't thrown an interception since December 15th. He has legitimate weapons around him. What Stephon Diggs has been able to do over the last 2 weeks is insane. Oh, then you have John Brown just casually catching 45-yard passes to ice games on 3rd and 9 with 2.5 minutes left. The only thing I'm a little bit nervous about, the linebacker situation going in against Los Angeles this week, right? You got your 2 arguably most valuable players on defense that could not be playing. We don't know as of this taping. And the running game looks like it's going to need a little bit of a shot in the arm if it's going to succeed. I'm hoping that they're leaning on the passing game because it's going so well. But other than those 2 things, I mean, what is there not to like about this Bills team?
Can I interject now? Can I just bring them down to reality? First of all, this isn't a shot against Josh Allen, who's taking on 2 teams that are terrible. But this is just a shot against those of you who believe what you're seeing on the field is really going to translate in multiple wins against a very good team. The Los Angeles Rams are a different team. Micah Kaiser was the defensive player of the week last week. Oh, by the way, they have Aaron Donald. Oh, by the way, they have Jalen Ramsey. This is a good defensive team. I'm not worried about the Jets. I'm not worried about the Dolphins, who you had to come back from to beat in that game for Josh Allen to be the offensive player of the week. So this isn't really against Josh Allen. And the biggest concern I have for the Bills, the one thing you haven't mentioned, 3rd quarter initiative. They look terrible coming out at halftime for both games, the Jets and the Dolphins. You can't do that against the Rams.
Well, see, here's the thing, Tariq. That 3rd quarter thing's been a problem for like the last 2.5 years. I understand that's a valid criticism. But when you sit here and say that another NFL team is so terrible that you should throw for 417 yards and 4 touchdowns, and you should hang 31 points, that's insane. I get that Saquon is down and you're a Giants fan and you're hurt, and that Daniel Jones is a joke of a quarterback prospect, so you're having a hard time. But don't take your pain out on me, man. I'm loving this. I've been waiting 2 decades for this. I'm going to soak it up, and I have proof for you that Bills fans should be confident this weekend.
Against the Rams?
Yes. Last season, the Buffalo Bills were flying high like they are right now. And the argument was, well, the Bills hadn't played anybody. And the Baltimore Ravens were coming to town. At the time, undefeated, unstoppable Lamar Jackson. That defense was insane. And Bills fans braced to get blown out. They didn't win that game, but they contained Lamar Jackson, and they kept it close. The point I'm trying to make is you anticipate, Tariq, that the Rams are going to walk out of there with a 14-point win. Tell me that I'm wrong.
No. I didn't say 14-point win. I didn't say 14-point win. But this is a real NFL team. This isn't a team where their head coach could possibly be fired, the Jets, or a team in which they're just waiting for the young quarterback to take the place of the old quarterback, Fitzpatrick, who almost won the game. You were worried about that last week.
I say it every year. It has nothing to do with Fitz. It has everything to do with, like I said, if I needed a man to win a game to save my life and he didn't know he was the guy, I would pick Ryan Fitzpatrick every time because he keep having those performances. Look, there is good news for you, Tariq. There is very good news. You have, from Sunday all the way to when we tape the show again next week, to come up with a reason why you were wrong about your take and the Bills and the Rams this coming week.
I'm not saying the Bills are going to lose or win. All I'm going to say is this is an NFL team. This is not the Jets and this is not the Dolphins. This is a real NFL team.
Tariq Pickett.
Bills by a field goal because they're old.
Get out of my face! You go through that whole thing. You do that whole thing. Look, I almost cursed. That's how angry I am at you.
I know.
Pat, who you got? Like, I don't know. Who do you have, Pat?
I'm taking Buffalo, but I'm not taking it by 3. I think it's going to be within a field goal here. It's going to be tight. It's going to be a defensive struggle with firework pass plays. Write that down. A defensive struggle with firework pass plays. You're going to have maybe 300 yards of offense, 250 yards, 300 yards of total offense, but the offense will come from chunk passing plays from both Goff and Allen. And if I hit that on the head, I'm going to wear a gold coat next week because I'm the king of everything.
I'll fly you to Vegas. How about that?
The line is 2.5. I was a little surprised that the Bills were favored in this game. I'm picking the Rams 23-20. Someone's got to. This is the Rochester